our Double Dose podcast.
I'm Losh Naidu.
And I'm Resh Naidu.
And we are so excited to finally be doing this amazing podcast. It's something we've been speaking about for years, actually.
Before the show.
Before the show. So to get this opportunity and this platform is truly a dream come true.
Absolutely. Now with a bigger following.
Absolutely.
So our podcast is all about fashion, lifestyle, food, makeup, fun,
beauty,
and fitness. So I think we're getting covered everything girly.
Absolutely. And also all things trending.
Absolutely, yes. So we are so excited to have you here.
So I think for this first podcast and first segment, we should start with a little bit of get to know us. Firstly, you need to know the difference between us.
Absolutely. Guys, if you don't know the difference, you are not allowed to watch the podcast episode 2. So learn.
So I'm Losh. I am married to Naveen. My husband's an orthopedic surgeon and I have 3 triplet girls. This is common knowledge to a lot of people at the moment, but my girls are now 17 and in matric. So it is a very stressful year for us.
100%. And my name is Resh Naidu. I am married to Previn Naidu. We own the baking pan in Overport, Durban's best love bakery and takeaway. And I have 2 beautiful kids, Miashka, who's turning 21 in June, and then Tashay, who's turning 18. He's also in matric. So guys, we have 4 kids in matric this year.
We actually have the most hectic year because this year both our husbands turned 50.
Yeah.
So yes, we both married Naidus who are both born on the same year and in the same month.
Yep.
Just to give you the twin aspect.
Exactly. We do everything alike, guys. You'll know that.
My 3 girls and Tashay all turn 18.
Yeah.
Mia turns 21.
Yeah.
And
our dad turned 75. Just to add a little sprinkle on top of the cake.
So send cash for presents, please.
Yeah, so 2025, we are in Feb, and yesterday was Valentine's Day, so hence the color of love. What did you guys do?
So we went to the Oyster Box. It's actually something that we do most years. I love the Oyster Box. They always have the best ambience, the best food, and you always feel like you're being spoiled. So it was amazing.
I know, it always is. We went to Signature for the first time, and it was amazing. The attention to detail was lovely. It was all plated meals, but I think the cherry on top was the guy that was singing. He was a guy called Sanele Kello. He was amazing.
Oh, yeah. We also had live music, but I actually forget the guys.
Amazing. It was really good. Food was amazing.
Yes, so it's always nice. Do you always celebrate Valentine's Day?
We do. Sometimes we take the kids with us, but we always do Valentine's Day. I always think that life is so busy and it's so important to celebrate love. We would love to say we do it on a daily, but sometimes it's like high and by. Which has its perks, right? Because a comfortable relationship is really important. Yeah. But I love Valentine's Day.
Yeah, same. I think we also did Valentine's Day for many years with the kids, but the kids are old enough now that we actually don't do it with them anymore. They actually had a Valentine's at home with all them.
I saw, they were so cute.
Yeah. So since it's still February, let's talk New Year's resolutions.
Right.
Have you maintained your New Year's resolutions? Okay, let's start. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
I love New Year's resolutions. I always feel it's such a nice time to start afresh. I'm somebody that's very disciplined, right? So I do keep my resolutions and I do just tend to zone in on something that I want to really focus on in that year. This year for me it's going to be skincare.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. I totally agree that New Year's resolutions are important, but I also think that we don't have to wait for the beginning of the year to set a goal and achieve a goal. I think you can use a new month, you can use a new week, whatever suits you so that you can just be attaining goals throughout the year.
Funny enough, when we were doing our fitness regime, and one of the people on Instagram messaged me and said they want to start in Jan. I'm like, why are you starting in Jan? So she actually started her fitness journey in the middle of December and she's still going strong. So you're right, it doesn't have to be Jan.
Yeah. So I was speaking to Dashria. Dashria is one of my girls. And she said the most unrealistic. So I was speaking to them about New Year's resolutions and being realistic. So last year at the beginning of the year, she decided she's giving up coffee and cold drink.
Yes.
And I'm like, Dashria, that's how you set yourself up for failure. Because that is an unrealistic
expectation.
Yeah. And this is the second year that she still has not had Coke cool drink in general.
And guys, I'm the cool auntie, so let me tell you, I have tried to get Dashria to just drink the coffee. I'm like, girl, you needed to study. She is the different level of, she is a different level of.
We all aspire to be Dashriyas.
We all aspire to be Dashriyas, yeah.
So, what do you think? You said your focus is skincare.
Yes. I feel like I am a makeup artist and I'm really good at it, I think. So I feel like the only thing I can perfect, and you're always learning, right? So obviously you're always going to learn the new style. The makeup goes in and out. But I feel like if you perfect your skin, your makeup's going to look fab. So
no, I agree. I think that everybody wants to be most comfortable in their own skin.
Yes.
And as much as we do love makeup, the foundation starts with skin.
Totally, absolutely. So do we want to tell everybody our skincare secrets?
Let's. But I think before we start with skincare, I think that everybody will find a skincare routine that fits their budget.
Absolutely.
And the secret to skincare is consistency. If you're going to choose the most expensive product and you can only afford it for once off, the consistency is not going to be there. So I don't think it's about money spent. I think it's about being consistent within your budget.
100%. I think that is the most important trick with skincare. Rather go on something that you can afford to repurchase than a splurge once off.
Agree.
That's what we say.
Yeah. So what are you thinking the most important things are in your skincare routine?
Guys,
in terms of ingredients.
Absolutely 100%. The two things you need is vitamin C and retinol. Like, it doesn't matter what moisturizer you use thereafter.
Yeah.
Invest in the best quality vitamin C. We're using IS Clinical. How do you feel about IS Clinical?
I absolutely love the range. I've been using it for a few years and my skin literally has never looked better.
Absolutely. And I love the fact we've always used pharmaceutical grade retinol, right?
Yes.
And now we have this new retinol that is in a moisturizer in IS Clinical, and it is non-irritating because you do get purging with the retinol, right?
You do. With the tretinoin from the pharmacy, as much as we develop tolerance, it is something that you have to take a break from every now and then.
But we've been using tretinoin from the time we were in our 30s. So we've been using it for years before tretinoin was a thing.
Yes.
Right? So I feel that really helped us with regeneration of skin, pigmentation, and then just being youthful.
So just for people that maybe don't understand, what is the purpose of a vitamin C?
Vitamin C is really important because it helps with skin discoloration, pigmentation, texture, even skin tone, and it is the most important ingredient. It's the antioxidant that helps with cell renewal.
So your best drugstore vitamin C recommendations?
Oh, I have a few. Firstly, the vitamin C from the Body Shop is amazing. It has bacho oil. How do you say it? Bakuchi oil,
Yeah.
which is so good for your skin. It feels amazing and it's such a nice base for makeup. I love it. And then Mia's been using the Garnier vitamin C, and oh my god, her skin is flawless. Like all the young girls and probably all
Quite a few of my friends use that as well. And
it is amazing.
Yeah. Garnier is really killing the vitamin C range.
Garnier is killing the vitamin C range, and then of course the Ordinary is great. You know, I do think sometimes there's some irritation with some of the Ordinary products, especially that vitamin 23% in suspension, but they are really good vitamin C's. Those three, I think drugstore is amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
And such good price point.
Yeah, and I think L'Oreal has a really good one as well.
Oh, yes.
The Revitalift.
Yes, that is also good.
Yeah. So I think in terms of high end, obviously there is IS Clinical is the one that we're using at the moment, and it is really amazing. Antioxidant damage, you actually see your skin getting more youthful and just smoother. It's amazing. Any other high end that you would recommend?
I did use SkinCeuticals. It was also amazing, but I think if I had to choose between the two, I think IS Pro Heal is probably the better one.
Agreed. And then you go on from your vitamin C. Your next must-have product would be, do you do a toner?
Oh, of course. I love a glycolic toner or lactic acid toner. It depends on your sensitivity of your skin. So lactic toner would be the Ordinary and glycolic would be the Ordinary. I have developed tolerance. I use it every day. You?
I use it every day, but I think if you're starting once a week would be better.
Yes.
And the purpose of a glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, any of the AHA peels is that it gives you really fine skin turnover. So you put it on a cotton pad, put it on your face, and what it does is it takes out that dull layer, and over time your skin gets brighter and clearer, and cell turnover decreases as we get older.
Yes.
So using a glycolic acid actually improves your cell turnover. It makes you look younger.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No one. That's amazing. I love it. And I feel like my makeup sits so well because I've taken out a layer of dead skin.
Yes.
So it's amazing.
Agree. Yeah. Moisturizers.
Moisturizers is the one thing I feel like if you're using actives, you can use a basic moisturizer. So whether you're using a Cetaphil or a CeraVe, I think a moisturizer is a moisturizer.
Yeah.
I do use It's Clinical, just to be upfront, but it is expensive, right? So I think if you're using good actives, go with just a good, nice, hydrating moisturizer.
Like a CeraVe.
Like a CeraVe.
Yeah. It's got ceramides and peptides. It's nourishing. It is amazing.
Yes.
And they've got different types for different types of skin.
Absolutely. Retinol favorites.
So retinol favorites, again, Eyes Clinical, I'm absolutely loving. Tretinoin from the pharmacy you can use, but it is a product that you have to develop tolerance for.
Yes, but results is amazing from it. So let's just put it up there. It's always going to be up there in the #1 products. It's just that you do have purging and a lot of skin irritation.
Yeah. So I think 2025 is going to be the year where we're all going to have the best skincare ever. Join us in our skincare journey. Use whatever products is within your budget, and let's take a before, and then we're going to do an after at the end of 2025 and see how our skin has improved. And it definitely is going to improve.
No, it is. We're going to be super good about skincare this year.
Yes, absolutely. So there's been this trend going around on Instagram that I've been absolutely loving, and it is what I will tell my younger self.
Oh yes, the coffee with my younger self.
Coffee with my younger self.
Yes, I love that.
That's it, right?
Yes.
So I think this is so amazing because you just go on with life day after day. You get older, and you actually don't see how much you've changed, how much you've grown, and you take time to stop, reflect, and look at that. It's actually quite amazing.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm a little girl and I'm meant to mother these children, and I cannot believe time has flown because you don't feel older, right? The one thing nobody tells you as you age is that if you were supposed to feel older, it does not happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so am I the person supposed to take the full responsibility for like everything now?
For like now, 21-year-old and an 18-year-old, like
Yeah.
sometimes I think, God, it's so funny because really you are giving me way too much of trust.
So if you had to go and have coffee with your younger self, tell me, how would you arrive?
I would probably be right on time because Dad would have dropped me. Now I think if I arrived, I would probably be just about 5 minutes late.
Okay, because you leave at the time you're supposed to arrive.
That is my problem. If
That
something's
is the
at
problem.
4, I will leave at 4.
Yeah, that's it. But
This is a Durban
the same
problem. This is a Durban problem because everything is so close. So we don't schedule time into our time schedule for the day.
And everything generally starts a little late.
Exactly. You don't be the first one there.
Exactly.
Fashionably late. Let's just call it fashionably late.
Okay. My girls also, particularly Dania, is always late.
Yeah.
So my reason for being late is actually not myself, it's them.
Okay. Fair enough. You got 3 of them.
Yeah.
We forgive you.
Yes.
Okay, next question. What was the next question in the coffee TikToks? What would she be wearing?
What would she be wearing? She would be wearing low-rise bootleg.
Oh, yes, girl. That's what she would be
Which is
wearing.
like so uncool. But I think the Super Bowl halftime performance by
Thank you, Ken.
maybe I just brought it back. I don't know if I'm happy about that or not.
They're not like us.
They're not like us. And a fitted t-shirt. But now I think I'll be a little more sophisticated in what I would wear.
Oh.
It would probably be a dress. Well cut, something linen. My style has changed a lot.
100%.
For the better.
Yes, 100%. Let's talk about the hair.
So we have the curliest natural hair. We're talking really frizzy, and there weren't actually that many products. So actually, that curly locks got lotion.
Yes. Now you're sharing too much.
So you take a little lotion in your hand, you rub it, and you like scrunch it through your hair, and you think you look so cool.
Goodness,
It
the
was not the look.
days.
It was not the look, but now the curls are much more refined.
No, 100%. Okay, what advice would you give your former self?
So I think the biggest bit of advice I would give my former self is that if you're not some people's cup of tea, I think that's okay. I think I spent a lot of my younger years trying to people please and dull my sparkle, so I fit into other people's boxes. And now I think it's okay to be yourself, to shine, and you get different level of friendships. Some people are closer and some people are not, and that's all okay.
Absolutely. I think that's so important. I think that will be for me as well. Like, girl, you just be yourself. Like, don't stress that everybody doesn't like you. People are going to judge you. Think I would also tell her there are no rules. You can make the story up. There is no playbook. There is no instruction. So go with it.
Absolutely. I think that also comes with age and maturity, right?
Absolutely. And with that, which decade would you say is your favorite decade?
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'd say my 40s. I think 40s is a lovely decade to be in. You come into your own. You're not so stressed out about other people's opinions of you.
Absolutely.
And I also think that the kids are a really nice age.
Totally.
So we don't have the toddlers and all of that anymore.
Mind you, I do have to say that toddlers are easier than adult kids to navigate.
Absolutely.
Changing nappies and sleeping nights is the easy part, guys.
Exactly. My triplets, again, are 17. They've got their learners. And Resh's kids, when they got their learners, they actually were already driving.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have the stress.
So let's break it down for them, right? My household is very easygoing. We have Krevan as a dad, and so rules are difficult to make, right? So we go with the flow. Bedtimes were easy. Eating times was when you are hungry. And then there was Losh's house.
So my house, again, in my defense, I had triplets.
Okay, fair enough.
So my house
would not have been different if you had not. Because that's your personality.
No. I think that is also something that has changed from my younger self.
Yes.
I was the most type A person you could get.
Totally.
I said my kids ate at 6.
Yes.
They did not eat at 5 to 6, and they did not eat at 5 past 6.
And let me tell you, Losh's, your kids' sleeping time was 7 o'clock.
Yes.
So no matter where we were in the world, if we needed them to push through, there were 3 sleeping babies or 3 sleeping kids at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
The name was like this at McDonald's.
Yeah.
In Paris, remember?
Yeah. So they did have routine.
Your routine messes up, Losh.
You know, the routine did mess them up.
I'm kidding.
But for my sanity, it really did work for a while. So now we have 3 girls with their learners.
Yeah.
And that means driving lessons. And I was driving with them. So it is something that is quite nerve-wracking. Nobody told you that.
Yeah.
In all honesty, our sister is 7 years younger than us.
Yes.
And I did drive with her when she was learning. And I actually forgot. But that is actually not for the very time.
In all fairness, she traumatized you when you drive with her.
There was this one time, and sorry, Bash, for this.
You can't. She's going to kill us.
She must have...
Okay, first let's just say we have a younger sister. Her name is Vash. She's very much as fabulous as we think she is, but she has an identity crisis when it comes to age because she truly believes that she is Mia's age.
She does. It doesn't help that she looks Mia's age.
And she does look, in all fairness, she looks Mia's age, yes.
So when she was learning to drive, there was one time, so then we all got learners, we all drove on manuals, right?
Yes.
Automatics were not that common back then. And she must have switched off 7 times before the light changed. And I was like, I wasn't helping her out, but it was traumatic.
So I think payback is what you should put her in the car with the triplets as you drive.
I think so.
You gotta, the circle is round.
Yeah. But anyway, on the upside, my time is coming. I will no longer be a chauffeur very soon. So I actually can't wait for that. Nobody tells you how much time you spend as a mom driving.
Yeah, you know, people judged me so much when we bought me our car. But I was like, guys, you don't understand. This is a gift to myself. I'm not dropping up and picking up.
Absolutely. Me actually helps with pick up with us as well. So it's the best thing ever. If you could have bought a bigger car, it would have been nice.
No, absolutely. We will...
Peter is not... Please do not buy fish.
No, because we're trying... No, exactly. We're trying to not make her be the lift club person. In this family, people take advantage of you.
Yeah. True story. Yeah, so I would say, what was your favorite decade?
I think... Okay, so I got married very young, right? Well, we both did. We got married. I got married at 23. Losh got married at 25. Nowadays, I think that's unheard of. Right?
On the same weekend.
On the same weekend, 2 years apart. Yeah. So my anniversary...
My anniversary is the 12th of July.
And mine is the 14th.
Yeah.
We do everything alike. You do know we also are both occupational therapists, makeup artists, fashion designers. It's like nothing there is that the one... Okay, almost nothing there is the one that's better than the other, but Losh is a better cook than I. But who already said he cooked, just tell them.
That's just let us discuss this. So last year we won Ready Steady Cook. It was the most fabulous set.
Wow.
The chefs were amazing. Everything about it was amazing.
Okay, I think also coming out of a reality show, cooking show was so much of fun.
No drama, no issues. So when we went into the cooking show, literally everybody around us was like, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I'm going to win.
So she went in with the preconceived idea, she's going to win.
So let me just tell you guys, I cook every day.
Okay, let me just tell you guys, I married the baking pan, so I don't have to cook every day. Be wise.
True story. So Resh won Ready Steady.
I did.
So even though I am the better cook, she actually has the trophy for being the better cook.
Yes, so I am the better cook. If you want the show, who is the better cook? The person that won. I am the better cook.
I think I still beg to differ, but we'll just leave that out for the jury to decide.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, so we had kids young, so I think that's why I enjoy my 40s. I think nowadays people have much younger kids in their 40s, so it must be tiring at this stage to have younger kids. Yes. Listen, the one thing I have to say, so many of my friends are getting married older nowadays, and so they're obviously going to have kids much later. I think there is no right time. I think you either have to sacrifice your 20s to have your kids young, which we did, or you sacrifice your 40s.
Yes.
Either way, you have 10 years of fun. So you're going to have the best years in your 20s or the best years in your 40s, but either way,
there's going to be a sacrifice somewhere along the line.
I think 30s is all about like building your career, making money, and then taking care of your kids.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's really a hard grind.
It's a hustle.
It's a hustle. Yes. Yeah. I'm just waiting to retire. I'm waiting for the 50s so I can retire. I actually count on the days on the regular.
Yeah, so like we do work full time,
We do work full time.
Work is hard.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. We try to look fabulous, but the truth is we are accountable for time. Losh works in a full-on hospital, and I work at a school for disabled kids. So we wouldn't change it for the world. Let's not complain. We have the best jobs area in the best communities. I work in Phoenix.
And so I work in Umlazi.
Yeah. So we're covering a lot of Durban.
Yes, exactly. So we put on a poll to see if anybody would like to ask us a comment. So let's see if we have one. Okay, Maxine Naidu asks, what does a typical day in your life look like?
Oh, okay. A typical day in my life means that I wake up at 4:15. We meet at gym at 5 to 6. Then we get home at 6. We shower, get ready. That always means full makeup, right?
Yep.
And I do lunches.
I was clever enough to make my husband do lunches because when my kids were really young, I used to bath them, and bathing 3 kids in the morning was really the hard job.
Yes.
But my job ended, and my poor husband's didn't, so he makes that.
Well done. Good call on your part. And then I drop the Shay off at school, and then I have to be at work at 7:30.
Yeah, so it's the same. I leave home at 7 with the girls to drop them at school, and I'm at work at 8.
Yes. So early morning mamas, and then I'm at school until 2:30. I pick up the Shay from school, and then I'm at home.
Yeah, same. So after work, then it's cooking.
And then it's cooking. Sometimes, often Trevor sorts out supper, but between us, somebody sorts out supper.
Yeah. And family time. The girls are so busy now. It's literally just homework, tuition, all of that.
Yes.
And then it's repeat.
Yeah.
And I think there's one more question here. What made you get into OT and choose the same profession as well?
Oh, that's a funny story, right?
Yeah. So, firstly, we just want to reiterate the fact that we are identical twins. So
yes.
The thing about identical twins is the genetics is identical.
And strong.
And so all of our likes are the same, our dislikes are the same. We're very similar in many ways.
And this year will be 25 years that we are in OT. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That we qualified as occupational therapists. And when we chose it as a career, it was very, very unheard of. Like nobody knew what occupational therapists did, what it was. And when we found out, so what occupational therapy is we're a part of the rehab team and we help patients to be as independent as possible despite their disability. That is like a summary of it. So we make your life better despite whatever ailments you may have. So we work with pediatrics and we work with things like cerebral palsy, learning disabilities, attention and concentration. In the hospital,
we do a lot of stroke patients, a lot of orthopedic patients. I particularly am passionate about hand therapy, so that's what I've done my postgrad in, and I really am passionate about hands because any injury to the hands means you literally are losing most of your function. So a functioning hand is the most important thing you need to have.
100%.
And we also do a lot of peds in the hospital as well. Yeah, I think it's one of the most varied professions you can get.
And
really
then
work across the spectrum.
Totally. And we're a big part of the mental health team. And that took a bit of toll. Nobody knew that, right? That OTs work so closely with mental health.
Yes.
I don't think there is a patient that can be discharged from a psychiatric institution without getting OT.
Because they're helping you to get your life back.
Yes. So what we do is that we see, okay, you've got the stressor, you have anxiety, you have depression. How are you going to manage your life with it? So we look at things like stress management, time management, what to do if you're having a panic attack, what to do if you're having anxiety. So we actually make your life better despite your disability.
Exactly. So when we found out about occupational therapy back in the day, it was a degree that took in only 20 students.
Yes.
And we both said, this is it, this is what we want to do.
And it was 1996, right? So it was the first year they ever had quota.
Yes.
So of that, I think there were 4 Indian girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we decided to go in, my dad was like, why don't one of you do physio and one of you do OT? But essentially, if it wasn't your first choice, you weren't considered.
Yes.
So we said, no, we're taking a chance and we're both going to do OT. And luckily, we both got in.
We both got in. And talking about luck, we are absolutely into positive manifestations, right? I mean, I have to tell them the story of my house. I called my house 4 years before I got the house. I always said this was my dream house. It was a broken down, dilapidated house. I drove past the house. I said to my husband, Preb, this is my dream house. And he's like, I don't think so. And then this house went on auction. And I said to Prem, my dream house is an auction. He said it will be way too much, even if it needs work. So he didn't even go for the auction. And then I was doing a cerebral palsy conference and I was looking for B&Bs in the area that was disabled friendly. And I drove past the house with one of my friends and I said to her, Mamtaz, come, let me show you my house. I actually drove to this house and parked outside and told her, this is my dream house. And then 2 years later, the owner of the house phoned us and said, I know you guys are looking for a house built in a complex before. Come and have a look. And the house happened to be my dream house. And we happened to get it at a really good price. So
yeah, she did.
I manifested this house and I manifest everything. So it's not lucky girl syndrome. It's believing you deserve it.
You can. Manifestation of what you want.
Absolutely. Positive thinking.
Absolutely. We have another question from Maxine Naidu. And it is, who is your number one and favorite? So we're laughing because Maxine, literally, we've never met Maxine. No. We've met her once when she came to the temple. But she's somebody that has commented and been a part of our journey. All the mums, actually.
Absolutely.
From the time we started. So literally the first comment on any post is from Maxine.
Yes.
She is the most supportive, amazing young lady. So our number one is Maxine.
Absolutely, Maxine. She's too funny. So talking about the show, I'm sure everybody wants to know a little bit about Mommy Club. It seems like a bit of distant history. Would you ever believe you did a whole show? A reality show?
I think that when we're talking New Year's resolutions and we go back to the beginning of 2024 and you told me, actually, you're going to do a reality show, I would have said not a chance.
Not even in Jan, right? And we started shooting in Feb.
Exactly. It was crazy. But I think some things just happen and they're meant to be. We were actually approached in July initially with the request to be on the show. And we said, oh my God, we are so flattered. It's amazing. Thank you, but no.
Yes.
And that was the end of it. And then in January it came back and they were like, we really would like you to reconsider. And then we said, perhaps if it's coming back, it's for a reason. And our stars at the time said, there's new things and you must take new adventures. And we said, why not go for it?
Yes.
And that's how we went.
Yes. So it's like OT all over again. Because where do you get both of us on a reality show, right?
Exactly.
Would you have done the reality show if I wasn't on?
No. I wouldn't have.
Yes.
Tell them about my day before shooting.
So again, I am a little bit more natural. I am the family's MC. I speak at all the functions. And Losh very happily looks beautiful behind me. That is her role. She is the supporter function. That's what she does. And so Mommy Club came up and both of us got asked. And I said, come on, do it. And it was kind of more obvious for me to do it, but in fact,
It was, absolutely.
because it fitted my personality a little bit more. And when it came to Losh, I was, no, you have to do it with me. I'm not doing it without you.
And the girls were really excited about it and the hype was there. And I was like, okay, why not? Let's do it.
And then we were starting to shoot on Saturday, and we were started with my house and then the kids going to visit Auntie Losh. And Losh phones me on Friday and says,
Complete meltdown.
This
is not me. It's not my personality.
I don't know why I agreed to this. This
Why
is
would I put
you.
myself through this?
Oh, she was.
I really, if I could have gotten out at that point, I would have.
And then Mommy phoned me and said, see if you can get Losh out. I don't think she can manage this. But on the other side, I always say you were the most improved player.
Yeah, I think
The
that...
growth that you have had on the show has been
Agreed.
phenomenal.
Agreed.
Like you
And-
can actually see the progression.
Yeah. I think I was shying away from the camera initially.
Yes.
And I managed to get more comfortable with it and found my voice. And I think for that, it's been one of the best experiences I've ever
Absolutely.
had.
You're amazing. Definitely most improved player for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I think with reality TV, there's a lot of highs and lows.
Yes.
I think nothing prepared us for the fact that the public have such strong opinions on everything that you said, a lot of which is edited, but a lot of which is without even thinking. Like
Yes.
you didn't mean that way, but
Yes.
people interpret what you're saying in a certain way.
I think you learn such a lot of lessons. I think what it taught me is that don't take everything everybody says so personally. I think that people that have the time to write negative things on social media must be so sad if that's what you're doing in your spare time.
Yeah.
In that, I have to say, we're so grateful for all the love, and we got a lot of love.
We got
a lot of people that took the time to write positive comments. That is something I would do.
Yeah.
Like I would never, even if, and I'm not saying I am a saint. I would watch something, I will complain at the TV, I will talk to you about it. I would never go on social media and write it. That's only my opinion.
Yes, yeah.
You know, so
Agreed.
the fact that people can actually go on and say hurtful, horrid things, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And I think it's something we have to address, like stop cyberbullying. Like keep your opinions to your circle. Keep it on your WhatsApp group. Don't have an opinion, but know when to use it.
Yeah, agreed. I think let's all try to be nicer.
I think let's all try to be nice. And I think social media is a hard space. I have to give it to content creators. I mean, we are in our content creating era at 40.
Yeah.
And that is much later to everybody else.
Yeah.
And I understand when people say in social media there is depression, there is suicide, there is cyberbullying, and it is, I think, one of the biggest problems of this decade.
Yeah, agreed.
Hey?
I think that you do not realize the number of comments you get that like just completely take your breath away.
Absolutely.
I mean, my cooking videos that I was doing is literally just sharing recipes, and I could get comments like, it doesn't look like you're cooking.
Or I had comments about how my children look. It was personal comments. And
Yeah.
for me, that was, why would you be that nasty?
Yeah, yeah. So I think that you have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
And I think you do have to block out the negativity. It's something that anybody that wants to get into social media needs to understand.
Yes, and that's what I do now. I don't engage. Well, we've never engaged.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the one thing that Media 24 at Showmax has done really well is prepared us.
Yeah.
You know, they did a media brief at the beginning and they had taught us not to entertain negativity on social media. And that has been the best advice we've gotten.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Okay, looks like we have another question. Zenobia Governor asks, hi, I am fairly young and I don't know any good recommendations of where I should travel first. Could you guys recommend? Well, that's a good question.
Oh, that's a good question. We love to travel.
We love to travel, yes.
So I think traveling obviously depends on what's your budget. But if you're young and we're starting off, I think an island holiday is amazing.
It is.
I love Mauritius. I know Mauritius is overrated to many people, but I just felt it was the most relaxing, amazing place to go to.
Absolutely.
But you do need to do a resort with like a fully catered bed and board.
Yes, yes. And I must
to really
say,
enjoy it.
we just did Turkey now. It was the first time we went to Istanbul. It was amazing. It was so reasonable. It was such a beautiful mix of high-end and street vibe. So you could find something in anybody's budget. I loved it. I think Zenobia, definitely Istanbul is a good option.
Yeah, and I think Phuket also is always on
Yes.
should be on your list. It's a lovely island vibe with a little bit of shopping. It's a nice mix of things.
Yes, the thing I must say is that weather does matter. We risked it and went to Istanbul in December, and I won't recommend it. It was so cold. It was doable, don't get me wrong. We had a fabulous time, but I think it would be much better in summer.
Yeah, I agree. I think weather can really ruin your holiday. If it's too hot to be outside, it's miserable. The one year in Dubai, remember, we literally could not step outside.
Yes.
And if it's too cold. So you
Yes.
need to we South Africans, and particularly from Durban, and we're very spoiled with good weather.
We are very spoiled, absolutely. And good food. Let me just tell you, Turkey food was not for the faint-hearted. It was not flavoursome
Yeah,
at
you
all.
need to take your hot sauce with you.
You have to take your hot sauce. Listen, our food was delicious because we ate at more international cuisine.
Yeah.
And of course, wherever you go, you have to find an Indian outfit, right? So we found Delhi Dalba in Istanbul, and the food was butter chicken is butter chicken.
Wherever you go, butter chicken is
Absolutely.
butter chicken.
So
chicken
that's-
tikka is chicken tikka.
Chicken tikka is chicken tikka.
Yeah.
So that is
So to tell you a little bit about our travel, we often travel together as a family,
of 15.
and wherever we go, Previn, Desha's husband, must buy a little gas stove and a pot so he can cook Durban curry.
Yeah, this is why I'm not the cooker at home. Prevan loves Indian food.
Yeah.
We own the Bacon Pan, who has the best
We have
Indian
cooked the
food.
prawn curry in
Disneyland. We stayed on the resort when we were in Disney Orlando.
yeah, and we were cooking a prawn curry.
And Prevan cooked from the curry, yes.
Sometimes it's in fish curry.
Yeah, tin fish. You're not fussy, but a
Anything.
curry is a curry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but wherever we go in the world, Prevan will go and buy a gas stove and a pot and the masala and cook us a curry, and we will complain right through the process.
But we will love it.
But as soon as it's ready, we'll be the first ones there.
Exactly.
So let's do our outfit check. Your dress is beautiful.
Thank you so much. My dress today is from Mango. How stunning is it?
And you can see clear cut, beautiful. This beautiful number is from Rosie and Vittori. It is a South African designer, and I love
that.
South African designer. I got it from We Are Egg in Joburg. Do you know the store?
Yes, yes.
I love
Oh,
that.
the-
Everything they have is South African. From the
Love it.
makeup brands, it's amazing.
Yes, love it.
Yeah. So I think we're done for our first episode, girl.
Oh, well done, sister. That is the end of our first podcast.
Yeah, so what would you take from our first episode?
I think the first takeaway and the best advice I would give for this one is let's not waste time and let's not make excuses. Whatever you want is within your reach. If you want the perfect body, and I say perfect in inverted commas because there's no such thing as perfect, you can start your fitness journey now. If you want beautiful skin, start that skincare routine. Whatever you want for this 2025, let's make it happen.
Absolutely. I think the time goes by anyway, so let's make the days that go by something that you are working towards.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely.